Well, welcome back. Time for sports. The 2017 college football season opened up tonight in the two Virginias. Concord was looking to get over a rough 2016 that saw them go just 2-9. However, this season is brand new, and they're hoping an opening night win over West Virginia Wesleyan is just the medicine they needed. The Mountain Lions looking for their 6th straight win and a home opener in their 7th straight over the Bobcats.
Football Friday starts now.
Well, welcome everybody to Week 4 Football Friday here on WVVA. I'm AJ Good alongside Matthew Schwartz. And Matt, this week brought up some surprising matchups with a lot on the line, all involving some surprising early success.
Of an era for one McDonald's. We'll have that for you next, but now here's AJ.
Well, Rick, the college football season kicked off tonight for Concord. The Mountain Lions are trying to get over a rough 2016 season, see if the Maroon and White can win their 6th straight home opener coming up after weather.
Talking about Football Friday, we had kind of a Football Friday tonight, didn't we?
We had an appetizer, not the entree.
No.
We just had some chili cheese fries, not the steak and the baked potatoes. Dazzle and Bluefield squared off tonight at Mitchell Stadium. Those highlights when we return.
All right, and we're looking at AJ. You want to take the honors?
That's right. Did you guys know there's a fork back here? Yeah. Okay. Well, Mount View and Oak Hill met in the matchup of two unlikely 2-0 teams tonight in Fayette County. It's Week 3 of Football Friday coming up next. Stay. We are live here at the Week 1 game of the week at Mitchell Stadium, and it's a big one. Graham and Bluefield will be meeting for the 92nd time here tonight. This game is always entertaining and produces a lot of drama, which is something we all love. We are outside of Honeycutt Stadium, the site of the Week 2 game of the week. Tonight, it's two Mercer County rivals as Princeton will host Bluefield. These two have been battling for almost a century, and tonight that bad blood will continue. We're here outside of the old white course here at America's Resort. It was day 3 the Greenbrier Classic. It was the Pro-Am today as several celebrities got to get out with some of their favorite golfers on the PGA Tour. One of the men that were out there today was Phil Mickelson, and he is one of the guys that's had his role expanded in a major way this week here at the Greenbrier Classic. Starting off with college football, where the season for them will get going in just a little over 2 weeks. One of the teams that will get started a little bit earlier than everybody will be Concord. The Maroon and White are coming off a pretty rough 2016, and the upperclassmen are looking to change the course. Well, it was a crazy night out here at FedEx Field as for the 52nd time in their history, West Virginia and Virginia Tech met up in football. The Hokies have had control of the series as of late, winning 7 out of the last 10, including the last 2. And certainly that bad blood has definitely continued right here at the home of the Washington Redskins. Well, welcome back. Time for sports here. After spending the first week of the Appalachian League season away from Mercer County, the Princeton Rays will return here for their home opener at Honeycutt Field. So far, the road has not been kind to this team, and they are more than happy to be back at their friendly confines. We are here at Fayetteville, the site of our Week 5 game of the week. Not many expected Oak Hill and Fayetteville to be here at this point this season, but both have been very pleasant surprises in our area. Welcome back. Time for sports. If there's any doubt that the excitement is back in Blacksburg, well, that's been quickly put to rest. After rolling through Old Dominion yesterday in shutout fashion for the 2nd straight game, Virginia Tech heads into ACC play at a perfect 4-0, just in time for the biggest competition to make its way to Southwest Virginia. And that will be the defending national champions in Clemson. The Tigers will also come in at 4-0 after barely escaping Boston College yesterday in its league opener. The Tigers knocked off the Hokies the last time these two met in last year's ACC title game in Orlando. It would have been easy for this group to overlook the Monarchs yesterday and come out flat, but that certainly was not the case. Now their eyes are squarely set on the purple and orange, and now they can finally talk about that big game.
We'll be ready to play them, when they come in. We're going to enjoy this win tonight, and then Coach will talk to us tomorrow about next week, and then, we'll be ready.
The stakes are higher, but, we try to go 1-0 each week. This just so happens to be next game, so... we're going to enjoy this win. Tomorrow we're going to start focusing up, breaking everything down, and getting ready to put everything we got into it.
Kickoff next Saturday will be at 8 o'clock, and for the 11th time overall and for the 6th time at Blacksburg, ESPN's College Game Day will be on site at a Virginia Tech game. The station announced their destination last night right after both Clemson and Tech won their 4th games of the season. This marks the first time since 2007 since Game Day has come to Virginia Tech. The Hokies are 4-1 in home Game Day contests. Tech was the 3rd school to ever host the event, as they did it twice in 1999. The broadcast will start at 9 a.m. on Saturday morning. Now over to Morgantown, where West Virginia had quite the interesting interesting Big 12 opener on the road at Kansas. The Gold Blue got off to a great start, then let the Jayhawks back in it, then pulled away in the end to pull off the 56-34 victory to go to 3-1 on the year. The Mountaineer defense was without 3 regular starters yesterday, and it showed as the Jayhawks racked up 564 yards total offense and 367 on the ground. West Virginia will now have a week off to rest these guys before the TCU game in 2 weeks, and though that will help a lot, head coach Dana Holgerson says completely stopping teams in the Big 12 ain't that easy.
I don't think we're good enough to where we're 2 and 3 deep, to where we can play 2 and 3 deep guys and not and stone people. I don't think we're going to be able to do that. There's a lot of good offenses in the Big 12. Kansas is pretty good on offense. They're going to do this to a lot of different people. I'm not happy about 300 yards of rushing, but you get your starters back, I think it'd probably make a little bit of a difference.
Well, the latest top 25 college football polls were released today. Virginia Tech comes in both the Associated Press and USA Today coaches as the 12th ranked team in the country. Their opponent on Saturday, Clemson, is second in both. And West Virginia made its way back into the top 25 at 23rd in both. The Mountaineers will now have the week off. In the NAIA ranks, where Bluefield College came up short of an upset bid yesterday. The Rams fell to 16th ranked Georgetown College 24-13 yesterday at Mitchell Stadium. The defense was strong, keeping this group in the game, but the offense couldn't make the plays when they needed to. However, they don't have to dwell long on this one. They'll be back at home this Saturday as Warner comes to town. The Royals lost a game due to Hurricane Irma, and Bluefield was more than happy to let them make it up on their field. And head coach Dewey Luss says it's another chance for his team to get better.
We need to play, and so when they called and wanted to play, it gives us another opportunity to get out here and have some game experience and get it going. So, we're looking forward for another opportunity to play.
And kickoff for that game will be at 6 o'clock. How about some pros action this afternoon? Steelers on the road in Chicago. Second quarter game tied at 7. Mike Glennon off the play action finds Adam Shaheen for the 2-yard score, putting the Bears up 14-7. Now third quarter, Steelers now 17-7. Le'Veon Bell is going to muscle his way in from a yard out. That would make it 17-14. They get a field goal late to send it into overtime. And in overtime, Jordan Howard, nice cutback here. He's going to take it down the sidelines and into the end zone from 19 yards out as the Bears win this one in extra innings, 13-7. We'll stick around. There's one final look at the forecast when we return. If you build it, they will come. It's a famous movie line, but one that accurately describes the Pulaski Yankees. Before the new ownership took over, Calfee Park was a mess and in much need of a makeover.
The conditions at Calfee Park were not great, and the affiliates were very vocal in requesting what they needed for their players and coaches. So now we're taking the bar a little bit higher, and the renovations have been made.
The Sheeler Automotive Group spent over $7 million in renovations, from a new playing surface, concourse, restrooms, concession stands, a video board, chairback seats in all locations, and luxury suites.
We have a lot of folks come into the ballpark who have traveled all over minor league baseball, including player development and the players and coaches, and they always talk about how Calfee Park feels like a single or even AA affiliate team with a lower capacity. We draw really big crowds. We have a great variety of options for fans to eat and stay and things to do around the community, but you can feel the excitement with the renovations of the ballpark.
And so far, it's worked. Pulaski has been the top team in attendance in the Appalachian League for the past 3 seasons, all due to its big league atmosphere.
And the way we look at it is we continue to look for things to enhance the ballpark for the future. We're not looking at it year to year. We're looking at it 2-3 years down the road. How can we draw fans who are going to support us 5 or 10 years down the road? How do we get fans who have not been to Calfee Park or haven't been to Pulaski? How do we get them here? And those are the ways that we look at the renovations here at the ballpark and what needs to come next.
The people who are the most happy are the Yankees, a team that could set up shop in Southwest Virginia for a long time.
The Yankees affiliates, the higher-ups of player development have expressed their, happiness with the ballpark for their players and staff. It's a great experience for them, and we look for a good partnership for years to come.
As of right now, Pulaski's attendance is just under 2,500 a game. That in any Class A league would be par for the course. But for an Appalachian League team, it means big dollars to the bottom line. The more of this part of the story, sometimes you need to spend money to make money. Mike Compton has been around the country for the game of football, but Southwest Virginia will always be his home.
Always kept my house there, live there to this day. It's about an hour and 15-minute drive, but I love this area, and I like the chance of building this program and working with Coach Dameron and other coaches on our staff to get this program to be a competitive one.
After a successful career at Richlands, Compton chose to play at West Virginia, where he became a two-time first-team All-Big East selection and a first-team All-American during his senior year, and eventually being inducted into their Hall of Fame.
Oh, it was great. Coach Nealon was one of the reasons that I chose that program. He was a very fatherly figure. My position coach, Mike Jacobs, who's no longer with us, he passed away many years ago, really taught me the game of football.
From there, Compton spent 12 years in the NFL with the Lions, Jaguars, and Patriots, doing what he could to stay on the roster.
I was always the guy that was worried about getting cut every year. That's just the type of personality I am. Never been super cocky or confident, just, you know, a reflection of where I grew up. You know, just hard work, keep your nose to the grindstone and keep plugging away, and eventually good things will happen.
The height of his career came in New England, where he won 2 Super Bowl rings, a feat that still feels like a dream.
But I just sit down to my knee and reality sink in that, you know, Mike Compton from Richlands, Virginia, who grew up playing for the Baptist Valley Tigers in the hayfield in Baptist Valley for Ansel Sayers, was now in an elite club of about 1,500 people in the world. And sometimes to this day it still hasn't sunk in.
After his pro career was over, Compton went to coaching. He has worked with a couple of high schools and some local colleges before settling in at UVA-Wise, a place where he loves to make an impact on young players.
If I could be an eighth of an influence on my guys at UVA-Wise that my coach, Coach Jacobs at WVU was, then my career has been a success. And also help these young men work to a degree and see them graduate is also something very important to me.
Well, welcome back. Time for sports. Starting from now to the end of the high school sports season, we'll be doing a little series called the Thursday Conversation. It's a chance for you as a viewer to get to know our local athletes and coaches on a different scale. Tonight's initial subject is James Monroe senior Grant Muller. He is a 2-sport star and one with a very interesting view on life. All right, superhero. Who's your favorite superhero?
Probably Captain America. I'm always, you know, I'm big on patriotic stuff like that, so Captain America's probably the best pick for me.
Okay, what's your favorite food?
Seafood. I love going to the beach and eating all the seafood. Anytime there's a seafood buffet anywhere, I like to stop and try to get some of that.
What's your dream trip? If you can go to anywhere right here, right now, and still get back in time for the game, where would you go?
I've always wanted to go to Australia. Don't know why. Australia's always intrigued me, just the outback, and just go out and do something new.
Okay. What's your favorite school subject?
My favorite school subject, let's see. Does lunch count, or? No, I guess I'll probably have to go with history. I've always enjoyed learning about the history of the world and America and all that stuff. So.
Who's your favorite teacher here at James Monroe?
Favorite teacher, let's see. It'd probably have to be Miss Dillon, the chemistry teacher. Science, it's not always fun, but she finds a way to always make it fun. So I'd probably have to go with Miss Dillon. What's
your favorite all-time movie?
Favorite all-time movie? I always liked either American Sniper or When the Game Stands Tall. That's tough. I guess football season, I'll go with When the Game Stands Tall. It's a good little movie to watch if you haven't seen it. So.
What's your go-to TV show?
Go-to TV show, let's see. Impractical Jokers, probably. I always like getting a good laugh from those guys. They're really funny. So I usually turn it on right before I go to bed. So.
What's your dream job? Where are you hoping to be here in about 10 years?
Right now, I'm wanting to be a physical therapist. Hopefully, it'll keep me around sports, athletes, and stuff like that. So.
Okay. Celebrity crush. Who's your celebrity crush?
Let's see. Oh man, I've always liked Selena Gomez. She was always some Wizards of Waverly Place and all that stuff. So I've always had a little crush on her.
Any team, pro, college, who do you root for?
My mom went to Virginia Tech, and she's kind of made an impact on me. So I've always liked Virginia Tech, and Tennessee's another close second. So.
Okay, who's your all-time favorite athlete?
Favorite athlete. Let's see. Well, I'm a Boston fan. I've always liked David Ortiz, DH right there. He seemed like he could always produce something when something needed to be produced. So.
Okay. Now, when it comes to Coach Mustaine, what's the one saying that is stuck in your head and that you guys kind of like to have some fun with that, when he's not here, what's the one thing that he quotes that you guys say?
Well, I'm sure you've seen it. Somebody got a video of it. Up there at Point Pleasant, we just beat him 21-0. And there's a big video, and all he says, "This is big." So we get a good laugh out of that. So.